Hold the phone, hold the phone. Before the show starts, I want you to hold the phone. Hold your phone in your hands. Just take it out. If you're driving, take both hands off the wheel and hold that phone tight.
No, don't do that. 2 hands on the wheel.
Okay. 2 hands on the wheel and 2 hands on the phone. This is a 4-hand situation.
What?
I need 2 hands on the wheel and 2 on the phone. And here's what you do. You want to help support the show and become part of this awesome community that we're building? Then go to Randomosity with Shawn and Mark on Facebook or Randomosity Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube and follow us. Just click the button, and that way we listen to your questions first, and we're going to give you the priority that you deserve. You're going to help support the show, and we're going to have a good time, and you get to see photos, polls, and other fun stuff. Join the Randomosity community today.
What happens when 2 idiots give life advice? Explore unrealistic situations and give random topics more thought than they deserve? It's Randomosity with Shawn and Mark.
What are we going to do this week, Mark?
The same thing we do every week. Try to take over the podcast world.
Muff! I don't know where that came from. How you doing, Mark?
Doing good. Oh, it must be Sunday. Well, that's not really how podcasts work. It could be any day of the week, I guess. But this is a brand new episode of Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. I'm joined by my fellow idiot, Shawn.
Hi.
And I'm Mark, and this is Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. Funny how that works.
It just... What would, thank God we legally changed our names because that podcast title wasn't going to work otherwise.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Welcome in, gather around. This show is about everything and nothing.
All in one.
Yes. Your weekly dose of nutter nonsense.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolute nutter nonsense.
Have we gotten that yet?
The copyright?
Nutter nonsense?
We
talked about this, a couple...
Yeah, I'm trying, the copyright office is like, what?
Yeah, okay.
It has become our catchphrase, though, I think.
Oh, man. Anything going on?
Not a whole lot, man. I lead
Your life is boring.
I was just going to say that. I got a boring life.
Yeah, no kidding.
Especially during the pandemic. There's just,
that's true.
Just chilling.
We talked about, last week we talked about binging some TV shows and stuff like that. And, it's hard. It's hard to go do anything now the way things are.
Yeah, I've been binge watching old shows that I used to, CSI and NYPD Blue and all that kind of stuff. The old cop dramas that I used to watch.
Yeah, we've been watching like NCIS.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Criminal Minds and stuff like that. Yeah, those upbeat shows.
Criminal Minds with Indigo Montoya or with Joe Mantegna?
With Joe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember Indigo Montoya's real name.
Yeah.
I know it, but I can't think of it now.
Mandy Patinkin.
Thank you.
Actually, I've watched I saw the transition between the two.
Right.
All right. On today's show, that's a good question. Is this real life? And a spectacular topic that's going to be incredible.
Going to cause a lot of earworms, I think.
I think so. It's TV theme songs.
Yeah, we're going to discuss a lot of the greatest TV theme songs of all time. Probably end up singing them just to give you the warning in advance.
Yes. That's a warning. We did the warning labels a while back, and there's a warning for you right there. You can follow us on Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark, and on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Randomosity Pod. And remember that any of your reviews, subscriptions, all that stuff, support the show. We appreciate all the positive feedback. Makes us want to keep doing the show.
Yeah, that and all the fame and glory.
That's right. The fame
wait.
and glory. And the cash.
Wait. There's
money for nothing.
Yeah.
I don't think any of that works.
No, that's... If you could get money for nothing, I would have found a way by now.
Yeah,
Mark Knopfler, tell me how you did it, buddy.
Yeah, because even if you were going to counterfeit, it was going to be, you'd have to use a printing press or something, so you have to buy that.
Yeah, and Photoshop doesn't let you scan dollar bills. You try and scan money, and it just pops up with the thing that says, come on, dude.
Yeah.
That's actually what the error message says. Come on, dude.
Does it really?
No,
okay. I
cannot.
thought you had me convinced.
I haven't actually tried to scan cash, but from what I understand, it will give you an error.
Well, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Do not.
Don't even try it.
If you've learned anything from us today, please learn that you cannot counterfeit money.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Exactly. Let's get into the main event.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Ripped from the headlines.
Is this real life?
God, I hope not. All right. This is the segment where we bring you very unique and special news stories. And then we take some time to talk about them, discuss the stories, and go from there.
All
so
right.
here's the first headline.
All right.
Okay. Doctors discover booze brewing in sober woman's bladder.
Wow. Homebrew has taken on a new meaning.
Yeah, definitely so.
So is this intentionally brewing or?
Well, okay. 61-year-old woman. She was on a liver transplant list.
Okay.
They denied her a transplant because in her urine they discovered that there was alcohol.
So they thought she was drinking and not
Right.
following.
You can't have a transplant
Right.
when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent her to a medical facility for alcohol abuse treatment.
Oh wow.
And she did not get her transplant. She insisted that she wasn't an alcoholic, and after testing, they discovered that her bladder was brewing alcohol, and she suffers from, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Urinary autobrewery syndrome.
Urinary auto. And there's some idiot out there that would be like, oh, well, let me do a taste test. Swish it around in their mouth, get a good nose on it,
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
And they bottle that and sell it for $400.
That's it, yeah. Oh, man.
The ultimate craft brew.
Jeez, you don't even have to leave your house. Her urine was filled with sugar and yeast, and of course, those are the two main ingredients for fermentation. And she's also a diabetic. And they figured out that her bladder was producing alcohol. So then she traded bottles of alcohol for her liver transplant.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not true.
No, okay. I wonder if they then gave her transplant or if they had to solve that.
She went back on the list.
But she missed did she already miss a...
She missed an opportunity because, they have to do
Right,
this.
no, and I get that. Well, and I'm wondering, would that cause a problem that would cause the new liver to go bad anyway, so she would, even though it was no fault of her own, not be able to until that was resolved? You know what I mean?
Oh, I see what you mean.
Would that be causing biological issues that would make it...
Well, I think they're more worried about you continuing to drink.
Right, that I get. I'm wondering if once they found it, if... You know what I'm saying? If once they found it, did they have to get it resolved before she went back on the list because of biological things that could cause...
It didn't say she went to the top of the list.
Right.
So, she started over at the bottom again?
I don't know. And I'm wondering if... Well, what I'm wondering is before she went back on the list, so there's probably time in between them finding that and her going back on the list. Mm-hmm. What I'm wondering is, did she have to get clear of this situation before she could go back on the list because of biological reasons, not because they think she's drinking?
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way to do that. No, they know what it is now, so now they can treat it.
Right.
Can you imagine, though, you go in, let's say you don't even drink, and then they say, you've been drinking. And
no, I haven't.
Yeah. And then they send you to a facility for alcohol abuse treatment.
And you're like, I don't touch the stuff.
I don't get this. I don't know. Bottle it, yeah.
Yeah.
Make some money.
Ugh.
It's kind of like Miller Lite or something.
That stuff you could buy that just said beer.
Yeah, beer.
All right, so my first one, I didn't even really read the story before I decided I was going to read this one. I've read the story, but when I first saw this headline, I was like, yeah, that's the one I'm reading. China's Iron Crotch Masters fight to preserve painful-looking tradition.
Okay.
It was more the picture that was in there. The picture, so the line under the headline says, Iron Crotch Kung Fu requires a steel plate capped log that swings through the air and smashes into a man's crotch. Ugh. And the picture on here shows a man, he's in the typical, he's squatted and got his arms, bent 90 degrees to the side, as he's taking a log to the jewels.
How? Why?
I don't know why. I mean, I know why they explain why, but I don't know what made them do that. But it says, when you practice iron crotch kung fu, as long as you push yourself, you will feel great. No.
It doesn't sound like you'd feel great.
Yeah. So the iron crotch, mastery of which is gained by taking hits to the body's weakest point while using a Kwaijong breathing technique to ensure to make it where it's not going to hurt. It's just one element of the branch of the. I'm not going to try and pronounce the kung fu.
The style or something. Okay.
But yeah, it's just like, who decided? Hey, how are we going to test how this breathing? Let's hit you in the log, or hit you in the log with a log.
Oh boy.
And here's the a-hole I am. If I was the one that was swinging the log, I'd be doing that Ren and Stimpy thing beforehand. I'd have as I'm walking it back. What goes downstairs? A loner in Paris rolls over the neighbor's dog. A thing, a wonderful thing. Everyone knows it's log. And then as I'm letting it go, it's log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. And then just let it go.
Oh man. Can you imagine going in there, you're gonna learn that, and the instructor gets up, and he's like, hello, welcome to the Iron Crotch.
Yeah, he does not have a deep voice. Or children.
Wow. I mean, there's got to be a reason why.
I just know that
people do weird things. So
yeah, they do. But I mean, I understand it more if they were taking it to the abs. You're rough. Because I've seen kung fu movies where they're training by hitting themselves in the stomach with the bamboo poles. The what do they? They have a name. I forget what they're called.
Oh, like a bow staff or something.
Yeah,
like that?
Bow staff. Yeah, they hit them with those, and that's movies. I get it, but I'd understand that more than. This looks like something out of like a National Lampoon movie. If National Lampoon did a kung fu movie, this
would be it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. God. Crotch of steel. One man.
Crouching tiger, hidden beans.
Oh my goodness gracious. That sounds very painful to me.
It's metal cap too. It's not like it's just wood. It's like, let's make this even worse. We'll give it metal.
No.
Incompressible, yeah.
So I mean, they could start. They got logs. They could have like those big like wrecking balls. Is that next?
That kung fu came in like a wrecking ball.
Yes. Oh God. Here you go. Man eats underwear to beat breathalyzer. That's the headline.
Okay, here's my question. In the time that he got pulled over, he was able to remove his pants and underwear, and the cop didn't stop him from doing furtive movements in his car?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I grew up the son of a police officer, and I know that if you are in your police car watching somebody that you have pulled over and they start moving like that, you're coming up
pretty quick.
Yeah. And you're, hey, stop moving, get your hands up.
That's right. So first and foremost, Shawn, I have to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, children who are listening, drinking and driving is not a joke at all. But this guy is a joke.
This guy's, did he think it was going to be like a filter, a breath filter?
That's what I'm thinking. I guess that's what he thought. The story is a man in Canada who was pulled over, and due to his quick thinking, thought, what do I have, since I've had a few drinks, what do I do to make sure that I blow the legal limit? And thought he would rip out the crotch of his underwear. The guy ripped out the crotch, right? Of his underpants and stuffed the fabric in his mouth, and he eventually spit it out.
I would imagine that was probably very soon after he put it in.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'd be thinking of many more different places to get cotton fibers or cloth
fibers. I wouldn't
fibers.
Even think that.
I would just be like, well, hope I'm okay.
So he thought it was going to absorb. Well, he never got a chance to find out because he spit it out. Not sure that I would,
I mean, that's like the logic of the people that put pennies in their mouth and think that's going to take care of it.
Your used underwear. It wasn't even like, he had an extra pair in his glove box or something, or had a Walmart bag. He was on his way home. And these were ones that he had worn, sweat and whatever else. And he tries to eat them. I don't think could you even choke it down?
I wouldn't even, like you said, I wouldn't even think to put that in my mouth, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I understand that, but I don't think I'm ever going to be that desperate.
No. And he's a big moron because he was actually under the legal limit.
So
he just freaked out when the police pulled him over.
Oh my God. That just, I don't.
But drinking and driving is wrong.
It is very wrong.
Yeah.
It's very wrong, yeah. And I've heard of people that will actually keep mouthwash in their car so if they get pulled over, they can down. It's like, you're drinking alcohol to cover up alcohol.
Yeah.
You're going to breathe a lot higher than you normally would.
Right.
But I would do that before I would do the underwear thing. I hope he did that after the underwear thing.
I would hope so. I would hope so.
All right. And so our last one of the episode, Massachusetts lawmaker wants to name an official state dinosaur.
He wants to name the state dinosaur, or
yes. No. He wants to have an official dinosaur that is
Montana, now known as Dinosaur.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I live in St. Louis. T-Rex.
Yeah.
Chicago pterodactyl.
Jeez.
No, you know how you have state birds. He wants to have state dinosaurs.
Okay.
So this official, his name is Jack Lewis. He wants residents to vote for one of 2 dinosaur species discovered in Massachusetts. So, I mean, it's fine if you want to have that, but does this need state dollars? Can't there just be somebody that says, "Hey, let's make a state dinosaur," and then just have it voted on, like at a Senate meeting that people already Senate meeting at
but usually like Missouri, that's where we're at, and the bird is the bluebird, because we have bluebirds here. Did they at one time have that dinosaur running around? I mean, that's the question.
Well, supposedly they have I'm going to try and say this. I'm going to butcher it, but let's go for it. The Podokesaurus holykinesis, which means swift-footed lizard of Holyoke, was discovered near Mount Holyoke in 1910. So it was like 3 to 6 feet long and about 12. It could run about 12 miles an hour. I don't know how they know how fast these things could run.
I don't either.
I have bones. We've got bones of this animal. I can tell by looking. Ran 12 miles an hour. How would you know that? And then the other one was the Ankylosaurus polyzelus. Sure.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Which means much sought after near lizard.
Near lizard.
Discovered in 1855 in Springfield, Massachusetts. They were 6 feet long, about 60 to 70 pounds. Again, they have bones, but that I can get more behind. You got a bone structure. Okay, this is usually how much muscle gets past there. I could see how you could get a poundage, an estimated poundage. Those ones that he would run 12 miles an hour. How do you know?
Yeah, I mean that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. But yeah, so now we're taking up valuable legislature time by picking state dinosaurs.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. It's just the things we spend money on. Well, the things that legislators spend money on that we just why?
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure dinosaurs were found in all over this country.
Well, yeah, there were mastodons here. We know that. And
right.
Yeah, but I get it when you have something that's like the bluebird or a tree or a flower, because it's there and it's like these things haven't been here for.
And here's the thing, Mark. It's not like this is an old story. This is from this month.
Yeah.
And so we're dealing with all this stuff that's going on right now, and we decide that we're going to need to do a state dinosaur.
I don't get it.
What can you do?
I want to do a state mythical creature, please.
Oh yeah, I'll take the chupacabra.
Yeah, the chupacabra, or the The Griffin?
Griffin. Illinois automatically gets the Piasaw, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
All right, so that's going to do it for This Is Real Life. Or Is This Real Life? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what it is, Shawn. Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder with these stories that we read. It's
I know. It's funny. And hey, if you come up with not if you come up with a story, because we can do that. We can make up some really good ones. But if you find a story or whatever, hey, make sure and put it in the comment section on Facebook or Twitter, or I think you can do that on YouTube as well.
Yeah, you can comment on YouTube and say, hey, I found this story.
Yeah, and you can send us a link or whatever, and we might put it on the show.
All right. Coming up next, TV theme songs. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have television theme songs that we remember.
Oh, boy.
Just one mention of a show can put the song in your head and have you humming it for the rest of the day. You could be whistling with Andy and Opie going down to the lake, moving on up with George and Wheezy, or reminiscing about days past with Archie and Edith. Once we hear that familiar music, we are taken to a place that can let us escape from our regular lives for a short while and let us connect with our friends on the small screen.
Nice, yeah. That is true.
TV theme songs. Without even thinking, I just wrote down like 20 of them just right off the bat, and then I had to go through.
I had to do the same thing.
And then a little later, I was like, "Oh, I can't believe I didn't have this." I went from like 20 to like 50.
Yeah,
we're not going to discuss all 50, obviously, but
no, we don't have time for that. But we may have to revisit this at some point.
People are like, "How long is this podcast?"
Yeah. We're going to try to keep it at a reasonable time.
Right. Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and lead us off, Mark, with the first show that you've got there?
Okay, well, there's so many iconic TV theme songs, and I was putting this list together, and my wife goes, "You're dating yourself." And I was like, "Yeah."
Is that what they're calling it now?
So this is probably like the newest one that's on here,
right?
Which would be Friends.
I'll be there for you, 'cause you're there. So no one told you life was going to be this way. Your job's a joke, you're broke, your
love life's DOA.
Yeah.
So Friends, that was a great program and a great theme song. And that was by the Rembrandts. That actually charted.
Yeah.
I remember going to weddings and stuff and people play that song.
And then they go out and dance in the fountain and
they dance in the fountain and have umbrellas and I don't know.
Go to a coffee shop and go back to apartments that, with the jobs they have, there's no way they could afford in New York.
How could they afford the apartment they had?
That's what I'm saying. They had two of them because they lived across the hall from each other. But it's like it's like, okay, so Ross worked as not a paleontologist, but he was at the museum.
Yeah, I think
geologist, right?
No, I think he was a paleont. Yeah, he was dinosaurs, so he'd get along with the guy we just talked about.
Yeah, so he might have a decent paying job. Joey was an actor, so he's gone. I forget what Chandler Bing.
Yeah, wasn't he like in advertising or marketing or something?
He was in marketing of some kind. He wore a suit.
Yeah.
But then you got Phoebe, who I don't know what Phoebe did.
Yeah, I don't know. Made up songs.
Yeah, made up songs.
Smelly cat.
And I forget what Monica and
Rachel worked for like Ralph Lauren for a while, and
then dated Tom Selleck.
But she worked at Central Perk too, so I'm not sure that.
And I think Phoebe. I think all the women worked there at one point. I think, didn't they? I know Phoebe did at one point too.
Monica was a chef.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Okay, a chef in New York could probably make a decent bill, actually.
Yeah.
So, but knowing what prices are in New York, even in the 90s, I know with three of them, so you have two salaries, and you have Phoebe. And then on the guy's side, you have two salaries, and then you got Joey.
You got Joey, yeah. And, until he got his part on, what was it?
I don't remember.
General Hospital.
Yeah, it was General Hospital, yeah.
Yeah, so, he probably wasn't making a whole lot of money.
No, God, no. He was a struggling actor.
That's right.
Okay, so you went new, so I'll go old.
Okay.
We mentioned it in the intro, but I'll just go ahead and put it out there now. The Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just the whistling. You got
Right.
them running down and it was perfect for that show.
And there's actually words to that song that
Andy
recorded it.
Yeah, I couldn't find any.
It was meet you down at the fish. I don't know, but it actually had a.
Yeah, for some reason, when I was a kid, when I would try to whistle the song, I would end up whistling "Leave It to Beaver" instead of that.
Oh, really?
And I don't know why they're not all that similar.
No, not really. But I can see as a kid, getting them.
But
mixed up.
And people say, "Well, Andy Griffith, that was well before your time, Shawn." So, well, Nick at Night and a dad that likes old TV shows and loved Andy Griffith, so there you go.
Yeah. I mean, Andy Griffith, another great show. I mean, and yeah, that theme song will live on forever.
Yes, it will. Definitely.
It's been re-recorded by people. I mean, as far as not the whistling part, but the actual singing part. So
I'll have to try and find that.
Yeah. I think it's called Fishing Hole or something. Like
that. That would have to be it.
My next one is, hey, Shawn, just sit right back and you'll hear a tale.
A tale of a tiny ship?
Yeah. Gilligan's Island.
And that's just fitting. Didn't Marianne just pass? Yeah.
Yes.
Was she the last one left? Or is the doctor still alive?
I don't know if the professor is still alive or not.
The professor, yeah. He'd be the only one left if...
Yeah. Gilligan, of course. Bob Denver.
Bob Denver's gone. The skipper's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously...
Alan Hale.
Yeah. Obviously,
the millionaire
and his wife are gone. Mm-hmm. The movie star. And then the rest.
Yeah. Later on, they changed it to the Professor and Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle.
That was actually not bad for us.
Yeah, that was really good.
But yeah, here's the thing I can never figure out. Let's turn a coconut into a television, but I don't know how I'm going to fix this boat.
Yeah. I mean, they could do anything, and then could never.
And I know you're supposed to suspend your disbelief, and it's a TV show, but it's just like, come on.
There was stories about the Coast Guard actually got mail and calls, people telling them there was these people stranded on this island.
People are dumb.
So, yeah, they are. What's your next one, Shawn?
Okay, so my next one, let's go ahead and another one that came in, I think this one charted. I'm not sure, but I know we sang it in music class, The Greatest American Superhero.
Oh, yeah.
Look
that one.
what happened to me. I can't believe it myself.
It did chart. Mm-hmm.
Now, the show itself, from what I remember, it didn't last too long.
It did not.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong on the premise. A superhero that if you saw the color red, he couldn't... Is that the right...
No, his suit was red.
His suit was red, okay.
Yeah. He lost the instruction manual.
Oh, yeah. What's the one I was thinking of then where if he sees the color red, he loses his power? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I might be making that up. I don't know. But yeah, we learned that in music class in like the 4th or 5th grade.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we had to sing it at the school. It wasn't a choir, but it was the thing at the end of the year.
Well, we played that in jazz band, too. So.
But yeah, it's amazing how many theme songs actually were either hits or sung by real artists. I'm sure we're
gonna come across some of those, yeah.
Oh yeah, we will. So what's the next one you've got, sir?
The Fall Guy. Not really an iconic song, but the song just sticks in your head. I'm not the kind to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. That one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, and that was Lee Majors, and of course he was married to Farrah Fawcett, so that was kind of.
There you go. I mean, I wonder where he got the inspiration from.
I don't know, but he sang it.
Well, yeah, of course he sang it.
And he actually sang it better than I did, so I don't know what that means.
Did Lee Majors sing beyond that?
No, I don't think so.
That's weird because he actually sang it pretty well.
He did. It was a good song, and it kind of told that story. He was a stunt man, and he did a lot of stuff though that wasn't. I mean, didn't they chase criminals?
Oh
and
yeah.
It was like not.
Well, I mean,
not your typical stunt man. But
and let's be honest, if you're gonna have a TV show about a stunt man, he's got to it's going to be an action show.
Oh, yeah.
But he's got to be also a crime fighter or something. He just can't be, okay, we're going to do this stunt where he falls off a cliff.
Right.
And the show's the prep. That wouldn't.
Yeah.
It'd be good for an episode, but.
Yeah. A lot of crime going on in movies, and he had to solve it, I guess. I don't
right.
know.
Well, since you brought up the Fall Guy, I'll go ahead and bring up the one where the one of the actors from the Fall Guy came over and did this show, Night Court. Marky Post.
Oh, Marky Post. Yeah.
Yeah. She came over from the Fall Guy. She was actually the what is it? Defense attorney was always written for her, but because she was on the Fall Guy, she couldn't come over to it.
Oh, that
but
makes
the
sense.
theme song that just everybody knows that song. It doesn't have lyrics, but and it's got that
Yep. Yep.
I can usually click better than that. There you go.
There you go.
But that's the part that everybody remembers, and they had the same. They were one of the few that they didn't change a lot of the scenery on their credits. It was always you would change the actors' poses or motions.
Yeah.
But like the background stuff never changed
Never
for that.
changed.
It's always the same beat cop, the girls waiting for the subway.
Right.
Just all that same stuff.
I remember
Which
that.
in the 80s was probably how New York was anyway.
Probably. Yeah, it didn't change much. The next one I have is, and it sprung another one in my mind, but the Munsters.
There you go. Boom, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-do, bum, bum, boom.
And there's a song that, it's more modern now that they use that theme in. Now I can't think of the name. Uma Thurman. Yeah, Uma Thurman's the name of the song, but I can't think of. Was that Maroon 5 or was it somebody else?
I don't know. If it's Maroon 5, I probably tuned out. I'm not a fan of Maroon 5.
And the reason that sparked another one that I didn't put on my list, but it really sprang to mind after I said the Munsters, was the Addams Family.
Yeah, and I have that on my list, so we can just combine the two.
Oh, perfect.
At least the Addams Family's got lyrics, though, so we can sing that one.
That's true.
They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. So the Munsters were actually supposed to be monsters.
Right.
You've got Frankenstein's monster with the bolts. That's...
Yeah, and the Bride of Frankenstein.
And then...
and Grandpa was a vampire.
Right, exactly. Could turn into a bat.
Eddie, the son, was a werewolf.
Right. But then the Addams Family were just supposed to be goofy, weird, eccentric.
Right.
Except for you had Thing. So, Thing is supernatural. Just a disembodied hand running around the house.
Exactly.
Now,
My cousin just a hairy guy.
Yeah, he just grew his hair long, Lurch is just big.
Yeah, Lurch. You ran.
You just made me think with the Munsters, the guy that played Lurch, I just blanked on his real name.
Oh.
Fred McMurray. No, that's not Fred McMurray. That's My Three Sons.
Yeah.
What is his name? He's the judge in My Cousin Vinny as well. But
that's the guy who played Herman.
Did I say Lurch? I meant Herman. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the guy that played Herman. And I can't think of his name. But anyway, he's also the judge in My Cousin Vinny. But a TV show he was in, I think it was before the Munsters, that also had a theme song that I like. It's not on my list, but you just made me think of it. Car 54, where are you?
Yep.
I grew up on Nick at Night, y'all.
Oh man.
So let's bring it a little more modern here.
Okay.
So a show that I know we both watched and was sung by a band that was actually pretty popular.
Nickelback?
No, God, no. The band is Bare Naked Ladies, and the song Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah.
I used to love that show.
Oh yeah, that was a great show. We'd always talk about it at work. After it aired. Yeah.
One of my favorite bits of all time. So Raj on the show, he never realized how things he said would sound.
Right.
And Sheldon was similar, but Raj was so he had gotten into a little tiff with Simon's the real guy's name, and I just can't think of his name now. Guy with the sweater.
Oh, you're thinking of yeah.
I watched the show religiously. I can think of Sheldon, Leonard,
Howard.
So he had a little spat with Howard, and to make up for it, the reason they had a spat is Raj wanted to do crafts with the wives, and So Howard came in and said, they were doing simple crafts, and Howard came in and said, well, you can use my, my soldering iron, and just made it to where they were making these big projects. And Raj was like, okay, well, I guess I was doing this, but now, so they got in a little argument. But to make up for it, Raj came and he's like, yeah, I even used some of those techniques you told me. And look, I made a lightsaber belt buckle. He's like, oh, wow, that's cool. He's like, yeah, I made you one too. And you could just see Howard's mind going, what? It's like, now you can put yours on, I can put mine on, and we could have little sword fights. Once they said that, I was just like, oh. And then, of course, Sheldon never got context or sarcasm. And
right, yeah, he never did.
But there's just a great theme song there.
Oh, it is. It's a great theme song. Here's one that's probably near and dear to our hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, if you've ever wondered
whatever became of me. I'm living on the air in Cincinnati, WKRP. I can do that whole.
Yep.
Now, can you do the lyrics to the song at the end?
No.
Side to the bartender, that's all the hell. I said I wanted to, and it's
Sounds just like that.
Now, from what I understand, there are no lyrics to it. It's just a guy playing guitar and
doing that kind of thing.
Doing, I don't know what you call that kind of. It's a pattern, just singing in a singing pattern. But somebody wrote out what it sounds like the words could be, and say to the bartender, and I forget what it is, but it's just hilarious to because they don't make sense that way either. But at least
because most of those theme songs kind of carried on. They either finished the story or they would just, have an ending to them, like Beverly Hillbillies and all that.
Right, exactly.
But now, you got that one where they did a whole different theme song at the end of it. WKRP in Cincinnati, great show.
All right.
We've talked about that in previous.
Oh yeah, we have. Well, as radio guys, we just that's just right up our alley.
Oh yeah.
So from my childhood, I'm talking younger childhood, not my older childhood. You just hear this theme song and you automatically know what it is. I think I could even hum it and you can guess it. Dun 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 dun.
I'm lost, man.
Knight Rider.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I can't do the dun 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 dun.
Well, you just did it.
Well, I mean, I wasn't up to it yet.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If I'd done that, you wouldn't have gotten it either, though.
Knight Rider. Yeah, that was a good show. Kit.
Yeah, I didn't realize it for the longest time. That's the same guy that played one of the doctors on St. Elsewhere and was Mr. Feeney, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I can't remember the dude's name. I'm bad with actors' names, apparently, but...
And good old Hasselhoff was in there.
David Hasselhoff, pre-Baywatch.
That's right.
Pre-Crazy, too. I think he went crazy for a little while.
I think he did.
Pre-Germany, too. He's really big over in Germany as a pop star.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, good show.
Yes, very much so.
How about this one?
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Da, 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 da. Yeah. Sanford and Son.
That was supposed to be a harmonica.
I got you.
I was waiting for you to say something else about that. I got you. You big dummy.
You big dummy. Yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was the only thing Lamont was in, wasn't it? I don't think Lamont was in it.
I don't think he was in anything else.
But he played that part well.
We were watching. We were flipping through the channels the other night and came across The Love Boat.
The Love Boat.
And, yeah, another great theme, and it's on my list. But you mentioned we were talking about Sanford and Son. Remember the aunt that was in it?
Yeah.
It was his ex-wife, or not ex-wife, but his wife's sister. And she was in it and married to Sherman Hemsley, George Jefferson.
Oh, yeah.
In this Love Boat episode.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
And there's one you mentioned there because moving on up.
Right. I'm going to go back to my childhood one more time. This one a little bit later on in life. Everybody my age is going to be able to finish this off as I go.
Okay.
I got to remember how it starts now. Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
Perfect. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Fresh Prince of Bel Air, man. It was the first time I knew Will Smith could actually act. And he, be honest, in the first season, he had a little trouble with it, but he found his pace.
Yeah, it got better.
But when you go from being I wouldn't say necessarily a comedy rap artist, but
yeah,
he was a clean rap artist.
He was a clean rap artist. You know, that 80s.
And there were a lot of clean rap artists, but he had the younger demographic, like, you know, my parents just don't understand and that kind of thing, you know. Mm-hmm. So more geared towards the teenagers, you know. Yeah. But he went from that into acting. Of course, in his DJ went with him, Jazz. Yeah. Always getting thrown out of the house by I almost said Dr. Phil. That would have been a totally different show with Dr. Phil.
That would be a different show.
Now, Jazz, why do you think I need to throw you out of this house all the time? Yeah, Dr. Phil on Fresh Prince probably wouldn't have worked as well as Uncle Phil.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But Uncle Phil on the Dr. Phil show would work. Because anytime one of those people got a line, he just throws them out into the audience.
He throws them in there, throws them right out. He was a judge on that show.
Mm-hmm, he was.
Mm-hmm. My next one is, you know, it's a story of a lovely lady. She was bringing up. Go ahead, John.
3 very lovely girls.
Yeah.
All of them had hair of gold.
Like their mother.
The youngest one in curls.
Yep.
Now, what about the story of a man named Brady? What about that one?
Yeah, he was busy with 3 boys of his own.
All of them had hair of... No. All of... Oh, God, I'm stumped.
Without singing it, it's hard to do.
Here's the story of a man named Brady, who was busy with 3 boys of his own.
They were 4 men,
living all together, yet they were all alone. Till the one day when the
Brady Bunch.
And, you know, that was... one of them was widowed or widower, the other one was divorced, right?
Yeah, but they never talked about the divorce thing.
Right.
I think she was supposed to be divorced.
Yeah, because he was a widower.
Yeah.
Much like Andy Griffith was.
Right.
And they still had the separate beds at that point, right? Or was that the first?
No, the very first show that had, you know, husband and wife in a bed together. Yeah. Was the Munsters.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Otherwise, they had separate beds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just like, I get how things were in the 60s with television standards and practices, but it's like, come on, they
didn't even want to mention divorce in it.
No, I get, and I know when I Love Lucy, when she was pregnant, they couldn't say the word pregnant. It was always with child or expecting.
Right, exactly.
Which, that's on my list too, the theme song, so I'm just going to go to that.
Okay, go ahead.
The I Love Lucy theme, just, you hear it and you know.
Words to that too.
And I have heard the words to that. I can't think of what they are.
I love Lucy and she loves me. We're as happy as two. Yeah.
There's a lot of these.
Ricky Ricardo.
I wonder if Night Court had words at one point.
That I don't know.
Here's Night Court.
Yeah, here's Night Court.
But yeah, I Love Lucy. Desi Arnaz, Lucille Ball. Mm-hmm. My funniest thing was I found out later that Ethel and Fred were way far apart in age. As a kid, I knew he was older.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't know he was so much older than her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they frumped her up pretty good for...
Yeah. Well, we talked about that because he was in Miracle on 34th Street. He was the
PR for the judge.
PR for the judge. And
Fred Mertz is running PR for the judge.
Yeah, so... that's a classic show.
Babaloo, aye.
And then later on the Lucy show and all that with, Mr. Mooney.
Yeah, Mr. Mooney on it. They had Fred come in on one of those episodes where he was a horse trainer or worked at the horse stall. And he just walked in for a second. And, hey, can you tell me where he is? Why should I know where he is? And he walks off. She goes, that guy looked familiar to me.
They've done that a lot with.
Oh,
like the A-Team. We were mentioning that earlier when we were trying to, put some of this together. And I remember one time Dirk Benedict, who was Face on the A-Team, there was a scene where a Cylon from Battlestar Galactica walked by, and he kind of did this look like, it was like... So those where they throw those bits in.
I love that, and that works on A-Team.
Oh yeah.
With A-Team, can you consider that lyrics the little thing at the beginning?
I guess it's the theme song. Yeah.
If you can find them, you can hire the A-Team.
I
pity the fool who don't know that theme song. That's a worst Mr. T impression than you'll ever hear.
I don't remember where we were at.
I just did A-Team, and that came off of I Love Lucy. Weird enough.
Okay. That's because we were talking about the crossover thing. Yeah. Laverne and Shirley.
We're gonna do it. I can't remember most of the words. I just remember something, a rule will break it. We're gonna make our dreams come true, doing it our way. With a glove on the bottles going down the. Yeah, Laverne and Shirley.
It's kind of our theme song there too.
Yeah. Well, and since we're gonna go that, we'll go to. I can't remember. Did it spin off Happy Days or did Happy Days spin off of it?
No, it spun off of Happy Days.
Right. Okay. So then Happy Days, and I'm going with the second theme song because we all know what the first theme song was.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10. But then it went into the one that we all know: Sunday, Monday, Happy Days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Happy Days. Thursday, Friday, Happy Days. Saturday.
What a day.
Moving all week with you.
Hey.
And you could go into Mork and Mindy with that one too.
That's right. Mork and Mindy was a spin-off of that as well.
Man, we're just rapid firing these, man. We might get through all these if we keep this up. No, I still have a lot on my list.
I do too.
I still have a ton. With the beginning of the show, what we did, I'm just going to throw this one out there, Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
I love that show, and then they had the changing at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Every episode, it was a different ending to the theme song.
Right. That's right.
It's time for Animaniacs. We have pay for... I'm doing the end. We had pay for play contracts. We're zany to the max. There's baloney in our slacks. We're animatey, totally insane. And then this is where they come up with something that rhymes to them. So, sometimes it was Chicken Chow Maney or Miss Sillaney or, anything that ended with Aney.
Good night, everybody.
Hello, nurse. The most adult thing on there is, I think we can get away with this one. I think we can. They're, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot are playing detectives on this cruise ship, right?
Okay.
And something got stolen from this hippo couple because it's cartoon and they're animals and hippos can be married and talk. And so, they got their doctors, they're not their doctor, but they got their Sherlock Holmes looking stuff on. Mm-hmm. And goes, Dot, look for fingerprints. Da-da-da-da. And she goes, I found him. Or no, he goes, look for Prince. She goes, I found him, and she's holding Prince, the singer. And he goes, no, fingerprints. And she just looks at him, looks at the camera, and goes, I don't think so, and throws him overboard.
Oh, boy. Oh, my God.
Even as a kid, I understood that reference.
You did, yeah.
I wasn't supposed to, but I did.
But you did. Oh, boy. I used to watch that, though. I mean, I was older when it came out. But
it was fun.
It was a great show. And, I mean, they did the whole thing with the planets and the states.
Yeah, I used to do the state capital one, but I can't now. And then they might be giant sing a few songs from Istanbul was Constantinople.
Yeah, that's right.
And Particle Man. Triangle Man hates Particle Man. I remember that part.
Yeah.
And they even spun off in another theme song. Pinky and the Brain got their own show
that's
off
right.
of that.
Pinky and the Brain.
One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice. Their genes have been spliced.
Oh, boy. That's...
So we're coming up on the end of this, so let's pick a few more, and then we can save the rest for another show. So let's end on bangs. I know we already did Big Bang Theory, but let's end on some good ones here.
Okay.
Well, I'll throw one out there that just got to be out there. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Sometimes you want to go
where everybody knows your name,
and they're always glad you came. Boom, boom, Norm. That one also made it to the radio. I don't know how big of a hit it became, but it was played on radio.
That's true. Yeah. So I'll go to. Man, I've got so many on my list.
I know, and they're all good. All the ones I've got left on my list are
so
great.
Good. But I'm trying to decide between two.
Okay.
But
I think I know where.
Welcome Back, Kotter was.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
That one charted too.
Back. It did chart. Yeah.
That was in '76. I think it charted.
John Travolta. Hey. Whoa.
We were just watching a clip from The Tonight Show, and it was Jimmy Fallon and John Travolta, and they were doing imitations. Well, who was the best John Travolta?
Did John Travolta win the John
Travolta
Travolta
actually
contest?
did. Yeah, he actually did win, so that was good. Of course, they ended it with the whole, ba 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 barino. Ba 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 barino.
All right, so that's...
You got me rocking and rolling, rocking and a reeling,
barbarino, ba ba. All right, so that's going to go ahead and close that up. Man, we just rapid fired that, and I still have a bunch.
I do too.
And we went long, Mark. We went long, and I still have a bunch. That's how deep this well is.
We're gonna have to revisit this for sure.
We're definitely gonna have to revisit it. All right, coming up next is...
That's a good question. That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
And I might have an answer.
Put on makeup.
What?
It's time to... Oh, no, I thought we were still doing theme song.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say I might have an answer.
You might have an answer. Yeah, it wasn't a question, so...
Right.
I guess.
It wasn't in the form of a question. I'm sorry.
Maybe we could do that. Send in your answers...
And
we'll answer. We'll give the questions.
You know, I know you're joking, but I like that idea. I like
that idea. We talked about Jeopardy not too long ago.
Yeah, you give us the answers, and we'll play it. Can we legally call it Jeopardy though?
No, I don't think we can.
Have to call it Randity.
I'm sorry.
We'll just call it the I'm sorry game. Yeah.
Yes.
So it is time for That's a Good Question. We've each got some questions we're going to ask the other and see what kind of answers we get.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to lead off, sir.
Sure. So you're a burglar.
I'm not, but okay.
Okay. But instead of stealing anything, every time you break into someone's house, you just do something to mildly inconvenience them. Okay? What do you choose to do? I would say hide keys.
Yeah, that would be a good one. I was laughing because I know what I would do because I haven't broken into a house and done it, but I've done this to a coworker that ticked me off. You were actually there for this. You saw me do it.
Yeah.
I moved everything on their desk 1 inch to the left.
Yeah.
Just enough so they'd come in and be like, what?
Oh, my.
I just remember the whole time you going, you know this is petty, right? And I went, yes, I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know exactly that this is petty. And
the guy
was
was a stickler on every little where everything
was.
Oh,
he was so OCD, and so it's just like, yeah, I'm moving everything to the left 1 inch.
Here's something that would be, is you go in and you take their cereal and you exchange it. So like the Captain Crunch box, you put the Apple Jacks in there. And you move the Apple Jacks over to Corn Flakes.
Oh, that's just rude, dude. Here's something I would do, and I just thought of this just now.
Or you could just mix all the cereals together.
Yeah. Kind of like when you go to 7-Eleven, go to get a Big Gulp and just put all the sodas in it. Yeah.
Suicide.
I was going to call it that, but I didn't know if you'd know the reference. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that went beyond my little group. Okay, so that must be all over okay. Here's something I would do. I just thought of this now, and I don't know if this is how bad this actually is. So you get some of their Tupperware out of the cabinet.
Sure, okay.
Lid and container. You fart in the container, put the lid on it, and then leave it on the kitchen table.
Oh, gosh.
So then they come in, why is that on the kitchen table?
Oh,
we don't put those. And then they open it up and...
Oh.
There might be something wrong with me. I don't know.
And you acted like the cereal thing was such a major...
Well, I mean, you're messing with a child's breakfast. I'm just making the dad smell some poop.
Oh, okay.
Well, not poop, but...
What if it's the kid that opens it, though?
Sorry about your luck, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
No, but hiding keys, I like that one, and moving. I think that's where we should probably. And changing the cereal is fine. That you're
not stealing anything.
You're gonna make a lot of noise doing the cereal thing, though. I might make a lot of noise moving everything to the left too, though, depending on what I'm moving.
That's true. Yeah. Now we don't know if they're home or they're not home.
Oh, if they're not home, then bombs away with the cereal, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. The mild. What would you name that? Because sometimes the burglars have names like the Hole in the Wall Gang.
Oh, sure.
They used to
the
punch
Wet Bandits.
Wet Bandits. So What, I guess depending on, serial burglar.
Serial burglar, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be known as the 1-inch burglar, though. That's, no.
No, I don't think so. No. Go ahead with your question, Shawn.
The show has reached a new low. So you have to pick two animals.
Two animals.
And you're going to change the sounds they make. You're going to interchange them.
Okay.
Which two animals do you pick?
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go with a lion and a canary.
Oh. Could you just imagine that? Sylvester comes up to go after Tweety. And then you're on the Serengeti and all of a sudden. See, you did that. I was going to go with, just something like an elephant and like a gerbil or something. But gerbils don't really make anything. They don't really make any noise other than the scraping of their... I can't imagine an elephant doing that. So the elephant still needs to go into somebody else. I just need to figure out who.
An elephant and, yeah.
An elephant and... Oh, what's a nice, quiet kind of animal? I'm gonna need a minute. An elephant and a squirrel?
A squirrel. So, yeah. So pretty much, yeah.
Can you imagine that you're in the, somebody's throwing acorns at you?
Yeah. And you're looking for an elephant. Yeah.
So, what the hell?
Oh gosh.
Or an elephant and an owl.
An elephant and an owl.
Could you imagine an elephant? That was a pigeon, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And then the owl is sitting in your tree all of a sudden. You would think you went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, you would. Yeah.
All right, next question, sir.
Have you ever had to use one square of toilet paper before?
Thank God, no, I haven't.
You have a square to spare.
No, there's more than a square. I've never been in that. I've been in a worse situation though. I've been in I'll call it a public restroom, but it was at work, and I reached under and nothing.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was already committed, so I had to get on the horn and call somebody. Hey, yeah, gonna need some help here.
So never use just one square though.
Never had to use just one square, and I don't know what I'd do if I had to.
I did that once successfully. Don't ask me to do it again because I don't think it could ever happen again. I think it was a fluke.
How much hand washing had to be done afterward?
Well, yeah. I did it successfully.
Man, I'm just... the one square, I hope it was at home with your own...
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
not like the gas station tracing paper, toilet paper.
Right, exactly. Oh, that stuff. Like, the half ply.
Yeah, half ply. You could view an eclipse through it.
I hate that when you accidentally get one ply toilet paper, because it's like, what? Because you're using it way quicker. I mean, you're
oh yeah,
and the bears have the right idea with like the 3-ply.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Once that would not be. I would not want to. Not want to do that. Okay. So apparently, I have a theme here. If you could change the sound your body makes, be it a burp, fart, yawn, sneeze, anything like that, and change it to a sound effect, what sound would you replace? What sound that your body makes would you replace, and what sound would you use to replace it? So, you got to change a burp to something or change a fart to something.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And please don't make it something like as obvious as you change a fart with a tuba, because that's just it's almost
or even a trumpet. Yeah,
that's almost the same family.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's got to be something really good, a sound effect.
I already know what I do. The fart, you do the New Year's party favor. The little thing that comes out when you blow into it.
Yeah,
that thing. The party whistle is what it's called, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's. Yeah, I think it.
Change the fart to that.
How about a fart that sounds like a horse galloping?
Or coconuts banging together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go that way, or maybe change the burp because, I mean, the fart is funny because there's no cue for it. People just all of a sudden hear a party whistle, or they all of a sudden hear horses trotting. They don't have.
It's like, what?
They maybe you give them a one sneak peek as a one cheek sneak as a
burp. Man, that would be
burp. Sound of a live audience applause,
or just one golf clap.
Well, if you could burp and it sounds like a toilet flushing.
Oh gosh.
No, we got dirty minds here.
Get your head out of the toilet.
Yeah, but it's got to be sound effects. So, could you do a slide whistle for a burp?
I guess you could. Yeah. Oh.
That's just.
So what else? I mean, that was just the two things.
Well, no,
like a sneeze,
Yeah, it could be any noise that your body makes. Yawn included, all that.
Oh, yawn, yeah.
Sneeze.
That would be bad if you picked something that was like loud and obnoxious, because that happens. You're in a meeting or whatever.
Yeah. That's why the party whistle would be hilarious.
It would be.
For the sneeze, I want a rim shot when I do a sneeze.
A rim shot?
Yeah. All right, we may have time for one more question apiece if we're quick about it.
I have no more questions, but you go ahead.
Let me find one more here. We talked about elephants earlier, so this one might be funny. If you could transport a furious elephant into any point in history, where would you put him?
A furious elephant.
A furious elephant. He's mad and he's not going to take it anymore. He's a pissed pachyderm.
A pissed pachyderm. What's he mad about?
I don't know. Horton heard the Who too many times
and just went nuts.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where would I send him?
I mean, either a place where he would do some good or some place where it'd just be hilarious.
Man, where would you? I mean,
I don't know.
I'm really trying to think. Yeah.
Would it be funny to see him at Woodstock?
Woodstock. Oh my.
I mean, I don't want him to trample anybody. That's not where I'm going with that. I just think it'd be funny. You got all these.
At Woodstock, that would happen.
Well, you got all these people that are just. We'll just be honest, under the influence.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, there's a mad elephant running through. You just mess with their heads.
Wow.
Whoa.
Let's see. Man, that's tough. I'm trying to think. I mean, you could certainly. Have this angry elephant appear and like like it. I was thinking like like the Boston
Tea Party.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
They're throwing tea overboard and all of a sudden.
And Valley Forge or something. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other things.
I was trying to think of things that were funny though.
Right.
It would just be like.
I'm the sports fan, so I'm thinking of you put them out there in the Super Bowl or something.
Wow, no, that's a halftime show. Man.
But Woodstock to me would be the funniest, just because you already got people that are tripping out of their mind, and then there's this angry elephant running across the field.
I could go back not too long ago, the turkey parade and a mad elephant.
Oh, no. I'd be in jail still. I'd still be in jail. Well, you're bringing the elephant, so you'd be in jail.
Yeah,
they'd already be mad at me, and then you'd be bringing the elephant along? Come on now.
Yeah. That's not a good idea.
Oh, my goodness. So that was this week's version of That's a Good Question.
Yeah. Remember, if you have a question that you want us to ask on the program, go ahead and put it in the comments on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Facebook, and we'll get the question on the air.
All right, so that's going to do it for this week. What do we got on deck for next week, sir?
Next week, we're going to do Would You Rather.
Okay.
We're going to do a high five, low five.
All right.
And we're going to be talking movie quotes. So
you talking to me?
Yes, I am talking to you.
There's nobody else here. You must be talking to me.
Yeah. Okay. But yes. So we're going to do movie quotes.
All right.
So that might be kind of like this, the one we did today with the theme song.
There you go. We just go rapid fire back and forth.
That's
right.
It. And that should be pretty good.
I think it will be. All right. So that'll do it for this week. So until next week, have a great week.
Later.
Thanks for listening. We appreciate you listening to us idiots again this week. Tell your friends and family about the podcast, and to see what other nonsense we're up to, check us out on Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark. You can also catch us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Randomosity Pod. And remember, we're idiots. What do we know?
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Hilarious. What a show.
Thank you for listening in. And if you want to learn more about how you can support the show, head over to Facebook at Randomosity with Shawn and Mark and hit the follow button.